And we're back again with another episode of the Two Alphas Talk. Tonight we're going to talk to you about gun violence.
Yep.
Gun violence
Violence.
in America. What
Yep.
does it all mean? We'll figure.
I didn't know you was.
Whatever, man. You know, I got buttons over here I could push.
Oh my god, that was so funny. That was fucking hilarious, man. WK, thank you for coming
enough
on,
of
my
this.
man. This dude, that was so funny. I thought you was done, and all of a sudden you started talking again, man.
I
was like,
heard it when it clicked. I said, "Oh man."
you know what? I should have had you run the intro. That's what I should have had
I'll
you
do that
You
next
have
time. We
control.
learning. We're getting
Yeah,
it together.
yeah. Next time on one pitch, you just do the old.
There we go.
Thing,
There
so.
we go. See, take notes. Take notes.
Yeah, take notes. So
Yep.
before we get this show started, we gotta thank the lovely sponsors and sponsor. You know, not plural. You know, we don't have many. You know,
Not yet. Not yet.
not
We're
yet,
going-
not yet. We're working.
Anybody know anyone interested in sponsoring? Send them our
Yeah,
way.
sponsoring a show, not the whole deal, just a show.
That's right.
You know, and then your stuff will come up as advertisement in the show.
This
and,
ain't sharks.
Right. Type in saberteamtactical.com, go to the webpage, then click on that tab at the top, says classes. Boom. There you go, Al.
Yep. And we got a private one-on-one. We're also working on developing what we're calling right now, and its working name is the Saber Team Club, Saber Team Tactical Club. And basically what we do is a group of guys, we get together, and we go to work. We go to work with rifles, pistols, concealed carry, open carry. We're doing it all just to get a feel for it. A lot of people don't have that experience, don't get a chance to do it. I'm even going to find a way to throw in a low light course somewhere down the road. But every week we work on something different, and we build those skills up so that everyone that's involved is incrementally increasing in skill level. It's not just, come out and shoot a few rounds and have a good time and laugh and joke. We're really serious, and we have a dedicated program every week.
Yes.
That also goes up. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, that also leads into our one-on-one. And our one-on-one, what we're doing is make an assessment of you, take assessment, and then we build from your skills that you've already have. If you're brand new, we work from there. If somebody's intermediate, and a lot of people, they don't get offended, but they get an eye opener. And there's a couple guys I think will chime in later on that had that. They thought they were at a certain level. Once we start pushing them to practical skills that you need, and they realize they need to brush up on those, it's humbling, and it opens your eyes. And I've been there myself in different courses that I've taken, and then somewhere in the middle, like, what the hell? You got to make a almost like a coming to Jesus moment. Like, what am I doing with this? What have I been practicing the wrong thing? And it's no. It's sometimes you got to focus and redirect. And that's what we do in our one-on-ones. All of that in our one-on-one classes.
Yep, all that. And he coined the name of Saber Team Tactical. What do you call it? Club. So so that means the saber tooth can bite you in the back, and just got to get that training. Come out and let them assess you, see where you're at, and we'll go from there. So also to any of the I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff in the background, dude. Any of the go ahead and run with it. Go ahead, run
so
with
all the courses that you see here, we can do any of those courses: semi-automatic rifle, semi-automatic shotgun, pump shotgun, concealed carry. Any of these classes we will do with groups, 3, 5, 6 people. We will run you through them. We also have the opportunity to host any of these. If you want anything that's not written here, like we do gun cleaning, we'll train you to clean your own guns. If you get a group of people together and you don't know how to take your guns apart and clean them, we'll break them down. Some of the guns we'll field strip. Some we may take them down and do a more detailed stripping, the ones that we have expertise on. So those are the things that we offer. We also offer consultation for churches and businesses where we'll come out and we'll show you how to harden your fortress, so to speak. Even your homes, we can do homes as well. Anything that you see down here, we have a class coming up in July. I can't see the bottom if you scroll up a little
Oh,
bit.
okay. All right.
We have a class coming up in July, and that class is going to be rifle and PCC class. That is a beginner to intermediate class. So you have to have a little bit of understanding about your rifle, but Al will get you straight and push you over the top so that you will be able to run that rifle and make it sing. That leads up to the rifle and tactical gear class, which will be in November. And we have the other one. I think I went over that one. The stop the bleed and the medical and rifle class. Those classes combined allow you to come to November because you only take 6 people. And all 3 of us will be out there during that time because it takes all hands on deck, and it also requires eyes because there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of muzzle play, and we don't want anyone in front of someone else, and we don't want any problems. And we never had any of that, and I'll say never because we don't do that.
Nope. The hand of God will grab you,
That's right.
and everybody will get briefed on the hand of
Don't
God.
resist.
Do not resist. Uh, tonight we're on a bunch of platforms tonight. I'm just checking them out. The streams. We're on Twitch. We're on D Live. We're on Rumble, our favorite. When we're also on the nasty YouTube, and so YouTube. We had a last week's show. It pumped up to a lot of views, but not Rumble still beat it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys continue to watch on YouTube and like and share. And the same thing on Rumble. If you guys go on Rumble, put our thing in Rumble under the search and put Two Alphas Talk, and we have our own page. Then you can actually follow the page. So we need to build that page up. So guys, help us with that. Click on the laser engraving. You can watch the videos on the Velcro patches that I make, and also make wooden plaques, dog tags, magazines, metal or plastic can be engraved. Leather patches, make novelty items, ammo boxes. No, these are some earrings up here. Also, I do glass. Put your name, email, phone number, and subject on here, and hit I'm not a robot. Do not ask me about engraving on your firearms. I do not do that. All right. I'm no longer under FFL, so do not inquire about that. It's not going to happen. Let's see what else we got. I want to give a shout out to everybody down there, Warner Robbins, who've been watching the show. Thank you guys for the support. Also, to Range Guns and Safe in the what area is that, Al? I forgot.
That one is in
Uh,
Peachtree area.
yeah,
Peachtree
Peachtree,
Industrial.
Pleasantdale Road.
There you go.
We're gonna give a shout out to you guys, Chevy. Give a shout out to DJ, and give a shout out to RJ. And we're gonna be doing some things. All right, we'll just let you guys know we appreciate you guys watching the show and supporting the show. So let's see. All right, hey, what's up, Reggie? What's going on? Thank you for supporting and watching. And I think I got everything done on my end.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go ahead and get into it, Al.
Yep. So when we talk about gun violence in America, especially in America, recently we've seen a lot of people come forward, and they're citizens, and they want to make a statement, and their statement is in reference to confiscation of all firearms, and they believe that we'll be safer. One comment that I read recently, the guy said that the other super countries, I guess the civilized countries, have confiscated firearms and done away with it, and use your fist if you feel threatened. And I was like, wow. I mean, this is somebody that's probably going to pick up some steam, and other people will agree with them, but then it's not well thought out because we're talking about somebody who's fit, somebody who may be young, that's out there and willing to scrap it out with somebody. But what about older folks? What about ladies against a man? That's where firearms come into play. And violence in America is not just firearms. The gun is an inanimate object. That's all we always heard that. And I'm seeing, and I'm sure if you take a look for it as well, you'll see it as yourselves. There's people out there that believe that if you take guns away, it'll be a better place. Criminals have always had guns, and it's almost like a loop. As I'm hearing myself say this, it's like this has been said before, but we have to say it again, and we have to say it louder. And we have to continue saying it because people are starting to believe that confiscation is the way to go. That a gun ban is the way to go, especially on rifles. When rifles are not the leading cause of even firearm death, right? But when they get sensationalized and the news media broadcast that he had an AR-15 or he had a semi-automatic rifle, or in their words, an assault rifle, then people get scared and they want that to be gone and only the police to have guns. But the police don't show up when you have somebody knocking on your door, kicking in your door at this moment right now. By the time the police get there, they're there to help pick up the pieces and do an investigation. An investigation requires something that already happened, right? And that's what we're dealing with. But yet there's citizens, most of the guys that watch this show, most of the ladies that watch this show, we're willing to defend ourselves and our family. And that's what we have to stand up for, is the ability to defend ourselves and our family. Tyrannical governments, that was what the original concept, but we have to start looking at that, right? How far does that go? Have we had that incident? Have we had to defend our government against our government? I don't know. You can go back in history and see maybe there have been some skirmishes, some dust ups, but on a regular basis, people use self defense on a regular basis with firearms. When it comes back to violence and gun violence, take the gun away, and then we have violence in America, and that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with mostly in America right now is violence in America. Period. Whether it's somebody punching somebody in the face for no damn reason as they're walking past them in a train station, what they call a knockout game. That's violence. Their whole country is up in an uproar. In an uproar. You got people who are upset and uptight, whether it was from the for 2 years or they just were born that way. Here in Georgia, what we were speaking about earlier, Al, in Georgia, the lady, her son was killed around Atlantic Station, and that's like a high-end mall or a nice to-do area with shops and a work, live, play type place. And the son was killed. He was at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was under 15 years old, like 13, 14-year-old boy. 2 of them were killed. And then she said, and it was very emphatic, and she said that she pled with the government to take the child away. But that was 1940s when Boys Town. They don't do that anymore. The system is full with children that they can't just take your child because he hasn't committed a criminal act yet, which is sad to say that. But at the same time, in her words, she tried everything, but she still failed the boy. And the father failed him even more because he wasn't there. So this child never had that, an adult role model, so to speak, or a male role model, should I say, even more detailed. And then he's dead because he's playing around in the street with people with guns. How does taking guns away help that? These are children that never bought those guns. And the boy that shot him turned out to be under 21 too. He's like 18 years old, 19. So I don't understand how taking guns away from people, from us, helps that situation. They're not supposed to have guns. It's illegal. We don't need any more laws. It's already established. So how do we deal with that? How do we go forward from here?
I don't know, man. We don't. We're gonna open the phone lines up too later on for you guys too to call in if you guys want to help discuss this topic. I just want to give a couple of people who came in. P3, good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for supporting. Jonathan, police don't prevent crime. No, they don't. They come in and clean up right after.
Yep.
And Black Chalk, yo, what's up, fellas? So yeah, they come in and clean up the mess after. And so you as a citizens got to protect yourself. And I don't know how. I mean, you got the funny thing about it. I'm gonna just say it out. You got people who are anti-gun who are buying guns because we had a summer of love when they almost burnt this country down.
Mm-hmm.
and said it wasn't what we saw. And so we had an influx of people going out buying guns. And now these same people are saying we want gun control. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like this next comment, what Jonathan says, saying guns kill people is like saying spoons make people fat.
Yeah. They don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that but at that same vein, at this point, with back to what what you just mentioned, and combining the two, there's no way that if you the law is already established that we make more laws that will make this better. There's no way that taking an implement away is going to make people love one another or be kind to one another or whatever it is that they're seeking. That's what I always notice, and I say, what's the end game when you hear these people say they don't want guns anymore, and they want to confiscate guns and they want gun bans? What's the purpose of that? How is that going to help? We already have laws on the book that say 18 and below you can't have 21 and younger you can't have a pistol, right?
But you can go in the military.
But you can go in the military, yeah. And in a certain way, I understand that part. I can live with that. I really can. I can
I
live with
can.
that because I see too many emotional 18-year-olds and too many emotional 21-year-olds. You start to get a understanding of maturity when you're about 26 years old.
Yeah, I see emotional 33-year-olds.
That too.
You know
Look
what
at
I'm
the
saying?
fool that shot the lady over the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
He was a grown ass man.
Yeah, he wanted some mayonnaise, man.
He
His head
wanted
is,
her. She put too much on it.
he put too much.
She put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich, and he shot both.
Maybe it was
team
reminding
members
him
of
of
the
something.
subway.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I mean, he maybe got triggered.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. That you triggered to be offended is one thing, but triggered to kill, that goes beyond the gun. He could have got back. He could have left the gun in his holster, got in his car, and drove through
Drove
the
off.
subway.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if he wanted to kill him,
Go to another subway.
nope, kill those two ladies. He could have killed them with his car if he wanted to.
Oh, okay. I see
If
what
he
you're
was
saying.
that mad that he saw a homicide as an answer, then he could have gotten his car and ran his car right through the subway window.
Right.
Yeah, that's what these people that we're dealing with.
Like Black Chalk said, he know a few of these people shaking his head make no sense. Get a firearm and lock it away in their closet forever.
Yep, he was talking
Yep.
about in reference to you.
Yeah, for what I said.
Yep,
Yeah.
in reference to those people who vote
Democrat.
that right, not only Democrat, but they vote against gun laws. They're in
You
agreement.
vote against
to a
gun
ban.
laws, you voting Democrat.
Yeah,
That's all to it. I mean, there ain't no way around it. Right now, the Republican Party is not trying to push gun control. You know what I'm
but
saying?
what
They
happens
are
when
pushing,
they do?
huh?
What happens when they do?
When we're done, then that's when the Second Amendment comes into effect. You know what I'm saying? Because
I have a feeling, just looking at the things that's going on right now, that there's going to be a time when things change and most of the government officials, all the buddies, and one day it's going to get to a point where we're going to have some kind of
I see it too. I see it.
bipartisanship like 1994.
I see it too, and I see because you got this younger generation who are so stupid, and they're the ones you saw when they was getting on the street marching in every city, every county, and against gun control, and I mean for gun control, and you had all those beta males out there marching with them, and and so that generation is becoming voting age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones, those are the future that's getting ready to take over. And what they're going to do, they outnumber us. It's more of them than it is us. And they're gonna end up voting their own rights away. And once those rights are gone, then the government put a clamp down on them and step on them. And we saw this happen even in Katrina.
Right.
Katrina was the ideal scenario. You had martial law taking effect. They put contractors down there. They brought the 82nd down there. 82nd, on U.S. soil. You know what I'm saying? With guns, ammunition, seizing everybody's weapon. Anybody resisted, they took them down.
Right.
The contractors were getting in shootouts with them, but the military, they had some restraint. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
hmm A lot of those contractors were guys they just picked up because they wanted to be there. They
Hmm.
weren't. They weren't a lot of seasoned contract. There's a lot of issues with the
I
contracts.
don't know about that.
Oh yeah, I
I
know
knew
some of the
some
guys
guys
that
who
were
was
down
down
there.
there. I knew some
Me too.
contractors. Yeah,
I
and
know
I knew
some
some.
guys that were good guys down there, and they were dealing with some POSs that were
Hmm.
sent down there too. So his background checks weren't all psychological. So that
Right.
next point with Black Chalk Chart is a good point because it goes on to what you said.
Go ahead and read it.
Because it says, how do we go about changing the narrative around politics because black people have been brainwashed for generations to vote for Democrats and Republicans have been vilified within the black community? That's the
And
second part that's coming up.
so
Now, that
I
is
can
what
answer that.
I got you, but I want to hit you with this because I want to add on to what he's saying. The same
Hmm.
thing as you just called these young people stupid, and we don't disagree, but at the same time, how do we reach out to them to change their mind, or not only change their mind, but to show them
Well,
why they're wrong?
you have a lot of black conservative males out here, and a lot of these cats are from the streets who will get out there and are putting themselves out there on the line and talking to these people in their community. But you know what? They don't get any support from the white RNC because the white RNC don't give a damn about those people. So what happens is you have to get true Republican people who are going to be out there and it's going to actually look and say, okay, this is something that's going to make a change.
Hmm
Right now, the Republican Party is in a war with itself. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
have the RNC, then you have the mega group, the MAGA group. Okay, the MAGA group is the new RNC. It's almost like what was that group they had?
Teetoters or something like that.
Yeah, the Tea Party.
Tea
It's
Party.
the
Yeah.
same as the Tea Party, but now the MAGA group is larger by hundreds of than what the Tea Party was wanted to be involved in. So now you have the RNC is saying those are the good old boys. Those are the boys who are saying let's keep things the way they are. Why do we need to change? And those are the guys that will sell us out. We've seen this in our own state where we got our own legislators in our own state will sell us out. And so what now with this new mega group is not just Republican people. You getting libertarians. You even getting Democrats that's coming over to that side because they're seeing the writing on the wall, where you have a government that's becoming tyrannical and and going against the people. We saw this during the cough era. You were forced to get a shot. You were forced to do certain things, or you will lose your job, your rights, even kicking people out of apartment
hmm
complex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
We agree on that. Now,
yeah.
how do we make a change? How do we say how do we what you just said is a good blueprint for what we're dealing with. You delineated the problem, but
How do
how
we
do we
make a
solve that?
change for these people in that community? Well, what's happening is those people in those communities gonna have to reach out to the not to the RNC. They're gonna have to reach out to the MAGA group, okay, and say, hey, this is what we need to do to get into this community and talk to these people and get these people to stand with you. Are you going to help us do it? You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
there's a video out and I'm sure you've seen it. There's a young black man with a red hat on. The hat wasn't even a MAGA hat and they jumped his ass. How do you
Mm-hmm.
expect for somebody to who represents MAGA Republicans to reach out or even sit down at the table with somebody that's
But
that
it's
doesn't
it's
already
very
have the
difficult.
ideals that they share?
It's very difficult because these black people have been duped so long
Hmm
that they and the biggest dupe there is that the Democratic Party is the party of the Jim Crow. They were the party of the KKK. Okay, and they're trying to say that all of a sudden they switch, and the Republican Party became a party of the Jim Crow and the KKK, and the Democrats are the party of the people. That's not even true. You know what I'm saying? Only one person from the other side switched. If you go look up the what happened, the Democrats has always perpetrated um, selling especially black folks a dream, a lie, and getting them to vote for them. Then once they get them to vote, then they say, we don't want you no more until next election. Prime example, our president right now, what did he say? You ain't black. You don't vote for me, you ain't black. How is, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And once that happened, look what happened. They gave all this stuff to what? The rainbow people. They got more than the black
That's the
people.
same thing
Huh.
Obama did.
Yeah, same thing Obama did. Now, also too, a lot of black people are waking up to what's going on the border. You know, you see them on TV screaming and carrying on that they've been put out of housing. They bringing in illegals, giving them free phones, credit cards, all types of stuff,
Mhm.
and they kicking the black folks out on the street. You know what I'm saying? They're not even getting it, and they're Americans, but they don't even get the same aid. They're doing the same thing to the veterans too. So people need to wake up, and the only way it's going to wake up, they got to do their homework. If you can just talk to a few of them, you know, especially not the young generation is lost. You can't talk to them, but you can talk to these older generation and try to put a seed in them just a little bit. Just show them just a little bit, because what I'm seeing a lot more black people on Instagram are waking up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like the next comment, right? And Black Chalk, definitely like you to call in and once we open the lines. But speaking to a lot of
phone
people
lines are open,
his
guys.
age, between 21 and 30, the first thing they bring up is Republicans are racist. That's why they vote Democrat. Right. So the same thing that you just mentioned, Al, a lot of people, if you did the research, you can find out that it's real cloudy at best. At best, it's real cloudy as far as what these politicians have done over the years, right? And it's the flip flop, the Dixiecrats, and all that good stuff. The bottom line is, you most people deal with what they see, and if they see negativity, they believe it's negativity. They believe in certain media groups, and they hold that group that there's no way, almost infallible.
I'm
People
just
who
gonna
watch
be
CNN believe CNN. People who watch Fox believe Fox, regardless of the fact that you can catch them in lies on a regular basis. So we have to be able to change the narrative, as Black Chalk mentioned,
you can,
to
but
show black folks as well as anyone else that votes Democrat. Black folks aren't the only ones voting Democrat.
that I know they're not, but they can make a difference in certain areas when they have a threshold of 90% of votes and they need that extra 20% in the area to push it over. We saw this when we had our own votes here in the state of Georgia going up against Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams lost because the black males went out and voted for Kemp and not for her. And so for saying that is black females overwhelmingly vote Democrat, overwhelmingly. So if you have a single household of a single parent female and she has a black son, that black son is going to vote exactly like her.
I would say the same thing on the opposite side.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
Republican, every person that has ever worked for me, a young person, and we start talking politics, they always said they vote Republican. I said, why? And then they were white kids. And they said, because that's where they grew up.
Right.
And we'd have open conversations as to, have you ever thought about it? I mean, these were kids that had no health insurance at all at the time. This is during Obama's
reign. Reign.
During Obama's presidency.
Reign.
If he reigned, he'd still be there. But we were just having these discussions, and it was like, I don't care. I really don't care if you vote for him or not. It was like, but think about it. If you need health care and you don't have health care, would you vote against that? Like, I don't get it. You know, it's. I told him, and then one of the things that I look at, and I tell my guys, the same thing is like, you have to vote for what's going to benefit you, because this red and blue team crap is nowhere near us. We don't make enough money for it to matter.
No.
Once you start making $3, $4, $5 million a year, then you
Then they
call
talk
yourself
to
a
you.
Republican or Democrat.
Right.
Then you're really in the party.
Right.
They're not listening to us.
But you don't
can
want to be in the
cry on
party.
their shoulders, and they'll wipe off their shoulders. And as my man did when he went down to check the victims of Katrina, use some hand sanitizer as soon as he walks away.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you don't want to be in the party. Party calls me. And the same thing with the NRA. And I tell them, screw off. I'm not giving you money. Because number one, they take that money and they use it against us. You know, if I have a candidate that I want to try to win a personal election, I will donate money directly to them, you know, to their campaign. I do not give to the Republican Party. I do not give to the NRA party or the NRA, because those two organizations.
Still being right with that last one.
What's that?
That Freudian slip you just did.
Oh yeah, you saw that party. Yeah. Also, too, guys, the phone lines are open 404-692-0561. If you want to call in, help discuss this topic, go ahead. And yeah, but I don't give money to those groups just to make myself feel good, because they're going to take that money and use it against me. Then now I'm screwed, because I just help support what I just did against myself. Now, how do you get to a lot of the black youth? If they're into guns, or people into guns, you know, and because we're pro Second Amendment in the Constitution, if you can get them on the range, just talk to them. Just say, hey, you're not going to, you know, if you can talk to them and they listen and see what you're talking about, because everything can be proven that the gun control laws, what they're trying to do, confiscate, is happening. And if they don't, you know, might as well forget talking to the women. You know what I'm saying? I mean, talk to the males only, because those are the ones who's going to be more susceptible to it, because the women they're not going to listen to you, you know? And yeah, go ahead and call. And
I think, I don't know. I think you talk to everybody, because you got to give everybody a chance.
I don't give everybody a chance.
Yeah.
I don't see everybody.
When you're talking about new people, we're talking about new people to guns. They don't know any better in most cases. Really don't. They don't understand all the ramifications behind the Second Amendment. They think that we've had guns forever. And most people, I heard this before, even Republicans and dudes that are conservative say nothing's ever going to happen. They watch the videos, and guys that I know that I'm cool with, they'll say, hey man, I saw your video. Yo, you really think that's true? And the one I did with Rick a few years ago in reference to what's the lady, your buddy from California. She does it every year. Every 4 years she does.
Wheelchair Feinstein.
No, the black one, the same thing.
Old
drunk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
And it'll come to me in a minute. But I did a video. Rick asked me some questions about it and one of my guys was like, she does it every year. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but we can't ignore it. One of these years it's going to catch fire.
It's going to catch fire.
It's going to catch some traction.
Yeah.
Soon enough, they know. They continue to say it. It's going to connect.
It's going to happen.
Way connected in other countries where a tragedy happens based upon a gun,
and we get a president.
Turn around the next day and say every gun is banished in the land.
But see, as long as we're the only country in the world,
I agree,
that has a constitution that
it could be annulled, right?
It can be annulled, but they have to get a Congress and a House and a president that can do it.
I understand, but you think about this. This is what I've had this conversation.
Once they do it, United States will fall. I tell you that right now.
They're not playing the 3-year game. These folks
they're
are playing
now
20 years.
Yeah.
If they don't get they don't get traction for 20 years, they're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the bills.
They're playing the long game. Playing the long game.
Look at the bills that are written. There are bills that Bush and Obama signed that won't be coming to fruition for another 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The same thing with President Trump. He signed bills that are into they won't kick in 2025 when they start.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so these guys, that's why I always tell people it's bipartisanship. He's benefiting all of us. They much as they bicker and fight in front of us and talk junk to each other when they're in these congressional meetings, they're full of shit. They still drink and smoke together and hang out together.
They all hang out together.
And but yet they make that facade as though that we're opposite, so to make you and me sit on the opposite side. Well, you take a blue team. Well, you wouldn't do that, but you be red and I'll be blue. But they keep you at odds with this stuff.
They do it on purpose so you can fight
purpose,
each other.
right.
And they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now.
Yep.
Where and people have taken their eye off the ball, and now people are sitting here fighting over this racial stuff.
Right.
Look,
so as we build up, and that's why I kept asking you if we're looking for solutions. The solution is to find the similarities with the people that we talked about.
yes, that's what I was trying to
the
explain.
Demographic groups.
Yeah.
These young people that my man over here calls stupid, or he's actually over there. Nope, he's over there.
I'm on the other way.
That way. Yeah, that way. They call stupid. We got to find the bridge those gaps. That's what we have to do.
Right.
Whether it's like you mentioned now, if you go to a range and there's some young guys at the range, start talking to them about firearms. Talk about the guns that they're shooting. Then bridge that conversation into politics.
Right.
How do we keep this for the next generation? How do you guys, you're 20-year-olds, how you guys wind up shooting at 40? How do you pass that down to your children? That's the key, is that we make it available for the next generation. And the only way we're going to do that is chit-chatting with people that are like-minded and find those bridges. The same thing with if you want to go across races and different barriers of cultures and things like that. We're all shooting guns. That's one of the things I say to guys out there at South River all the time. Hey, the one thing we got in common is we came here to shoot guns. You got mean mugs and, guys looking at the ground right when they walk past you because they don't want to say hi. All of a sudden they see the ground is, oh, look at that rock.
Right.
Hey, man, we came here to shoot. We have a foundation of commonality, which is firearms.
But
the Second Amendment. And it should be the Second Amendment.
But you'll still have those guys out there. And the first thing they'll say is, assault. They want an assault weapon ban. There's no such thing as us owning assault weapons.
Right.
It doesn't exist unless you got a license, a class 3 license. An assault weapon is an automatic weapon. So an AR-15 is a semi-automatic weapon. There's no such thing as assault weapon. If you guys are even referencing that to these fools and talking to them, having a conversation about that with them, correct them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do not
And that is something the same as we can go through the whole list: clips and pushback and beams and all kind of nomenclature that's wrong. But at the same time, you alienate people with that. You got to be able to bridge the gap and say, hey, you know what? I understand what you're saying, but the proper terminology is blah blah blah. That's how we win people over, as opposed to, hey, you stupid. And get that.
I'm not gonna do that, man. I'll be like, when I hear somebody say assault weapon. I carry a automatic rifle. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact these rifles are not automatic.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But we hear it so much, and especially I see new people, bro. I kid you not, that have no clue, and everything is a clip, everything is a Glock. They're holding a SIG, or they're holding a Smith & Wesson.
Have a stick.
And they say Glock.
Right.
Do y'all have magazines for Glocks? And it's like, yeah, we got magazines for Glock. Here's one. And then they go, oh, well, I got the Smith & Wesson Glock. There's no such thing as a Smith & Wesson Glock. Oh, the other one that's crazy is the people who say, I have a 9mm and I need another magazine for it and ammunition. People who really don't know that 9mm ammo goes across every 9mm. Right. 6 Sauer makes a 9mm bullet, right?
Yeah, I do.
see people who say, but I have a Glock.
Right.
The ammunition says 6 Sauer on it, but they say, I have a Glock. Can I use that in it? And it's like, wow.
It comes back to a lot of stupidity. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gonna come back to a lot of stupidity. I mean, I can't help it.
Hit you with this one. I can't help it. Ignorance. Stupidity is willful. Ignorance is kind of like you just don't know.
They know, bro. They've been educated. They know. Somebody's talked to them. Somebody's told them something. Come on. How many times have you talked to somebody and you tell them that well, let's go back to the politics.
Mhm.
I got an uncle. This dude, I think he pissed Democrat. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell him nothing about what's going on in the world. That's what the Democrats are doing and how they're trying to screw people, how they're trying to take your guns away and all that stuff. He's eating and drinking them, and then first thing he said, "Them damn racist Republicans." And I'm like, and I eat him for lunch. And he can't do nothing but sit there and laugh at me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, what the hell is? I don't even talk to him anymore. I mean, that's how ignorant. I know he's ignorant. He's stupid. He's an old man. This dude's almost in his 80s and acting like a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as the Summer of Love went out, all them clowns went out and bought guns. Every single one of them.
Because most of the people who were proponents of the Summer of Love were still scared of the actors of the Summer of Love.
Mm-hmm. Now the Summer of Love is when those guys almost burnt the country down. So we use that as a reference.
2020.
Yeah, because YouTube would be flagging the video and stuff. I don't care what YouTube do anymore. YouTube can take this and roll it up, stick it up YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We got Rumble, so he can't stop us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Black Chalk, here we go. I was gonna call in, but putting my daughters to bed. But the national media music movie has also got black people brainwashed with firearms. ARs are always the weapon of war and automatic rifle. Yes, You look at TV, any movies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch that stupid movie. What was it? The Walking Dead. Everybody, when they got into any firefight, every rifle they had were automatics. And I'm like, damn, was there a lot of automatics, a lot of automatic rifles in the world? And they never ran out of ammunition. You know what I'm saying?
Ammunition. I can understand a few if they broke into a police station that's been abandoned at this point. The world's gone to hell, so there's no laws anymore. Take what you can, but everybody.
But you see everybody wearing the firefights they be having be lasting over 15 minutes, and you see they're not even wearing enough ammunition to sustain that fight. The average firefight with 6 people, we can go through 15 to 2,000 rounds in a 15-minute period, easily. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's no way that they're doing that, with one magazine. Mm-hmm. They just nobody's changing magazines, and everybody's looking at that. Man, I want that gun. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I want one of those guns too. I've been looking for it since 1986.
Right.
Endless ammunition guns. But back to what Black Chalk said, I agree. When you look at the media and music and movies, they all glorify guns. Mm-hmm. And most of those people who glorify it, they all come back and what do they say? They're anti-guns.
What's that guy who's always say he has a particular set of skills?
Oh, Liam Nielsen.
He's 100% anti-gun.
Yep. He wants American. He's not even American.
He wants all guns in the United States be banned. So what happened? Glock, HK, and all those people, if you notice, he's in any movie he makes now, it's not a Glock, it's not an HK, it's not none of those guns, because they said, you know what, you're going to be anti-gun, we're not allowing our guns to be in the movies with you. Mm-hmm. So yeah, because he's a snake.
What's up, Long Dread?
All right, what's up, Long Dread? We'll get to you.
Everybody got a Glock with a stick, an extended mag. Exactly, stick, stendo, switch, all that stuff. And we were talking about this. Funny how we talked about this earlier today. The damn switch has been around from a little bit, at least to end the part of the '90s, where they were basically bypassing the connector and the sear in the Glock. Mm-hmm. Back then, when it first happened, people were scared because you can't control it. But now we got a bolder young person that's out there that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe it's a new switch. Once you pull the trigger, it keeps on going until the magazine's done.
No, you're wrong.
You can control it.
Yeah, you can control it. I shot a Glock switch.
Turning it back off.
It's nothing but a sear. So what it does is locks the trigger sear down, and as long as it locks the sear from locking.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so as long as you hold the trigger down, it'll continue to fire. If once you release the trigger, it will stop.
How does that control the sear if you're bypassing it with that little gizmo?
You're not bypassing it. It's just you put that gizmo on there and it pushes in the sear on the back.
So how do you if that gizmo pushes it in like you just said? How does it? You just now took the trigger out. Once the trigger pulls it, the
trigger
that
engages. Yeah, what it does, it keeps the gun from it. It's got the way the Glock is made. It's got another sear in there, so when it comes back, it'll lock to not. So it goes with the sequence of the trigger pull. So as long as you pull the trigger, it'll only fire. With this, you can hold the trigger down and it continue to fire. You know, so that's what the that little switch does, because it has a tooth that goes inside and hold that piece down. Hey, Long Dread. Good evening, gentlemen. Oh, Hollywood. It get you killed. Yep. Sure will. You're looking it up?
Because the Glock doesn't have two sears, but I mean, that's another story for another day.
Well, that's how I can describe it, so people can understand it. But it's not two sears. There's only one sear in there.
Right.
But it holds that trigger down. It's in the back part of it, where I haven't really looked at how it works. I saw some descriptions of it, and so it will hold that proportion down. So where that slide and that trigger will get out of time, and as long as you're holding that trigger down, it will continue to fire. You release the trigger, then it'll go. You know what I'm saying? Black Chalk, that's all they know and hear. Yep, which is true. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. What's up, DV Films? DV Films, what's happening, my man? Good you stopped by.
He got off the mat to show up.
Yeah, got off the mat. Stop wrestling with those dudes. I need to give you a call, man. We got something to talk about. But it's to own a switch, and these guys be showing them in all the rap videos, and ATF is looking at those videos. Those switches, you get 20 years in prison for that thing, So, but they're all doing it,
Yeah, I mean, it's very popular because it makes it a full auto, or seemingly full auto.
Right, but you remember, it's a short barrel pistol that's not designed for full auto. So what happens is, the more you shoot it, the hotter it gets, the more bullets go all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Because
they half these fools can't control the damn semi-automatic pistol.
Right.
Imagine what they're doing with full auto.
It's hard trying to shoot. Hey, what's up, man? It's hard trying to shoot if anybody in here ever shot a Glock with a button on it, you have to aim below the target.
You got to aim at the damn shoelaces.
Well, I aimed at the groin area just to hit. And when I hit it and got off of it, it rose up almost to the head immediately. And you have to take your finger off the trigger, then go back down, do it again, do it like small spurts, almost like an MP5. You know what I'm saying? You ever shoot an MP5? Something similar. Let them do DV Films. Let them do it. Don't warn them. Most is only putting out negative content anyway. Yeah, which is true.
Yeah, but that's the key. One of the things that we talk about this on a regular basis is that when we legally
here we go.
Firearm owners, we're fighting not only the fact that we carry firearms, but also those people that do dumb stuff with firearms. Because now the first thing you see in the media, he obtained the firearm legally. That is a clue, because they're telling.
They got the laws in the books, enforce them.
they want to add more things and take more freedoms away.
Right.
That's what that means.
P3 explained it. It's a type of auto sear, and it functions by applying force to the trigger bar to prevent it from limiting fire to 1 round of ammunition per trigger pull. So there it is, right there. I knew somebody would jump in there and explain it.
That's
All right.
I want a correction. That and the same thing with Black Talk's talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about binary triggers too.
Triggers. Yeah, and see the thing is,
dumb triggers.
Me,
we got to read the statement.
Yeah, binary triggers too. Dumb trigger. If you asked me, but a lot of our people are drawn to that type of firearm usage. Yeah, they are. Go ahead.
Binary triggers are being seized by the ATF. They're coming to your house to get those. Yeah,
they're looking at force multipliers, right? To me, they had a better chance of going at braces and binary triggers and switches than they do with the brace. The brace doesn't force multiply. You got a rifle caliber pistol that's semi-automatic, and you mounted it to your shoulder. So maybe your aim gets a little better. That's it. What else? You got this switch and these binary triggers. Every time you release it forward or backward, a round is going off. That is a multiplier.
But everybody know, and if you have even in possession of a switch, it's 20 years. It's no going back to go. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't you going to jail.
I got that. But what I'm saying to you is listen to this. The binary trigger and the switch make the gun more quote unquote lethal. The brace doesn't. But what's the two difference? The brace could bring in money for the feds if people started to get that $200 tax stamp. These two are out of position because other than the binary trigger being put on some kind of add-on somewhere.
No, they season it. They're saying they're just season it. They're just season it. Here's one. Yep. And black firearm content creators also make U.S. responsible black.
Oh my God, bro! You gonna touch on something here and you putting the baby in bed yet, baby? Because you need a call.
Okay, because
that right there, what you just said, you starting something all over again.
No, he's right though.
Absolutely right. He is.
Yeah, he's right because, dude, we see these clowns all the time, and soon as we say something, why are you downing another black instructor? You know, and you don't know what you're talking about. And you be like, look at my page, dude. Look who I am. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give this one out here, and I don't know where Sam is tonight, but he probably be ready to knock me out. But I seen my man, what's the dude's name? Body Bio, and I'm gonna give him credit for coming around. From the time that we was on Facebook roasting him some years ago to nowadays, he has evolved. I'll give it to him. He's made a lot of progress. I don't agree with everything he says, but at the same time, I saw many of what he used to do and what he was teaching and what he's teaching now. Those two that you just mentioned, WK, nah. Nope.
Yeah, Black Rambo and Yoki.
Yoki.
Yeah. She's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Black Rambo, he's playing a game. He know what he's doing. He's getting paid.
And that part of the game, I give him credit for it. But what we see, I don't.
Right.
And like what Reggie said, that's a long time for a 3D printed item.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a long time for a 3D printed item. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 20 years. Mm-hmm.
20 years. You know, so it's not worth it.
And those two, they make money, and that part, give me thumbs up. But as far as the representation for black people and firearms and Second Amendment, don't count me with them. Don't count me with them. Because that's the problem. Because now, and we've dealt with that. Let's see, this way. Yeah, this guy right here. We dealt with that when we first got started. You remember that those guys with the competition dudes. They try to say that we with those guys.
Oh,
we
didn't
even know those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because there were some guys at our range that were kind of clowns doing that same kind of stuff.
And we had racist dudes
The
at South
racist
River
dudes who, and they just lumped us in, and it was like, man, you crazy.
is judging us like we were,
The
they're
conversation's over
judging
if
the
that's who
book
you
by
think
its
we are.
color.
Right.
Yeah,
If you think that's who we are, the conversation's over because
right.
I'm not defending
I
them.
roasted them dudes.
Yeah, but it was like ain't no way I can. I never saw the memes that he said they were making.
I didn't see no
we were
memes.
meme material.
They didn't make no memes. They didn't make no memes. I wasn't even worried about it, dude. They didn't make nothing. You know, we
Yeah.
smoked them. He said, "Yeah, Black
That Black
Rambo
Rambo guy
guy."
set us back. Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely, Khalib. It's sad because
I'm gonna have me some gold teeth next week.
man, we've heard the dude speak off camera, and he don't sound nothing like
No,
he sounds on camera.
no,
That's
it's
the
all
crazy thing.
facade so he can get internet views and stuff.
Mhm.
If you ever notice the events, the white dudes around there manipulating and working the guns and stuff, that's a part of the company that owns them.
Mhm.
Okay,
And
long
and
dread.
unfortunately, them channels get views. I get
Mhm.
tagged in them too. I get the hilarity, but it's the flavor of love. Haha! I hope ain't no way you watching this.
Oh, they watching. They watching.
watching.
They always watch.
They watch. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
even the good and the bad, they always watching.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I mean, we got to have these uncomfortable conversations.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's listening to the comfortable conversations. So we
Right.
got to have
It's
the
easy.
uncomfortable.
It's easy
Yeah.
to be a buffoon, bro.
Yeah.
It's easy to be a minstrel. You go
Right.
out there and entertain people. That's easy.
Yeah. Dancing with guns and carrying on. You know,
They make all that money because they
shooting
know how to feed the
Tannerite
ignorance of the
10
black
feet in
community
front of you.
violence.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Just
Black
mag
chalk.
dump everything. Mag dump, shoot into a pond, or shoot trees down.
Right.
And I have no idea what that tree ever did to these people.
Yeah, they're making dumb money. How to feed ignorance, black community firearms. Yep.
Mhm.
And it'd be some unsafe stuff going on out there.
Yeah, it's
You
scary.
know what I'm saying?
It's scary. You see my man who blew his face on damn near blew his face off.
Who?
The dude that
Oh,
we
yeah.
talked about.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Stuff
Yeah,
like
shot
that.
the
He's back
Tannerite.
at it. He's back
yeah?
at it, and he has a sponsor. He and I saw it, and I gave him a check mark because I said, "Good one, bro."
He got a
He came back
sponsor.
with a sponsor. He came back with a
Who's
IFAC.
sponsoring? Tannerite?
No, yeah, no, a company that does IFAC.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
exactly.
Isn't that something?
Mhm.
Man, I know you spent a weekend. I saw the pictures, P3. You spent a weekend with Black Rambo. And
He must have actually
he
gone
can
to
actually shoot.
a training. He must have gone to training.
Black
since the last
Rambo was in the Marines.
When
I
you see
know
what
he
he
can
did when
shoot.
he was out there with the little dude and the little guy, what's his name? Tactical Call. When he was with that dude and he looked like a clown. They
Mhm.
roasted him. The video's still up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he
Well,
was terrible. I'm telling you, he
If P3
must
say
have
he can
gotten
shoot,
something
he must.
somewhere.
Yeah, he must have taken some classes from that gun store that's letting him use all those guns.
Mm-hmm.
So I cringe when I see those channels, like
Where the
Where
EF
the
is the firearm,
firearm safety.
It's I
Celeb.
know it's for the publicity. I know it's for the gram, but it's hard because when any of us go someplace, the first thing, especially the media, what do you call it? Social media is massive. It's everywhere, and people see you, and it's like I'm not gonna have to go through. All right, I'm not this guy. I'm not that guy. I don't do that. I'm not going through that, and that's a hard thing to deal with.
So it goes down to the guys are teaching stuff they don't know, and they're very unsafe about doing it. And everybody think it's cool because these guys show something that they never seen before. And I don't show a lot of the stuff I show because I don't want a lot of fools copying it, because the stuff I do is extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't show a lot of video footage of it. And because I know the cats ain't gonna do nothing but steal it and try to make it their own and not even do it right.
Well, we saw that a couple times with some of the movements that we did, and there's I don't know, it's a smaller channel, and the guys are doing they're trying to bound, and it literally would bound.
They almost shot each
line.
other,
and I'm like, dude, you can't. You in a straight line. What the hell are you doing?
Right. And then you got the women out there. There's don't even get me started on these women. These women out there, they wearing the tights, they wearing the low cut tops. You know, they all done up, made up. They're gun bunnies. and you guys are sitting there, not you guys personally, but the guys out there watching them with their tongues hanging out their mouths, thinking, chatting on them, just simping, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And it's like, what are you doing,
The
man?
Yoki girl
Yeah.
is filmed by her own husband.
And she
The dude
flags them
shows
all the time.
first shot is her ass. The
Right.
second shot is her ass. The third shot is her. The entire thing is her wide ass. That's
Right.
it.
Dude, that's
it.
his wife.
Yep.
That's his wife.
And she's
Yeah.
always wearing like 1980s
80s,
spandex.
yeah.
Look like a female Richard Simmons.
Right. And she's flagging him
Mm-hmm.
with live guns.
Exactly.
WK, don't forget the fake two-faced felon.
Maj Toure
from Black Guns Matter. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there too.
Yeah, which is true. And
Mm-hmm.
his 15 minutes of fame, I think, has died.
No, he's still out there.
Oh, he is?
He's still out there.
Oh,
He's
my
still there.
God. Okay, here we go. Long dread. Stop.
The
IFAC.
IFAC company, the irony, that's a condom comp and Nick Cannon. Exactly. A condom
Oh,
company
yeah.
and Nick Cannon. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And dude, if you see the commercial on his page, you'll laugh. Because I said I just had to give him a check. I just go a like. I said, you got it, bro. You got it.
Hey, good look, dude.
The women are worse. Just ass and magnums. I'm telling you.
Yeah, black
And
chalk.
they got the nerve to do reviews. Yo,
Right.
he's doing reviews on guns, and it's like,
You never see the gun. You see the camera's all on her butt or her chest. You know what I'm saying? It's
but
like
I
you never
wonder
even see the gun.
what's your background to tell me that this trigger is too long? That
Right.
This trigger press is this bad. That this
Right.
gun is not
all
safe.
right, showdown.
Tell me. It's you're on Rick.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Big butts
So,
and boobs.
Yep. Big butts, boobs, high ratings for simps.
Yep.
And there's a lot of simps in this world.
Dude, they have and I laugh because America and capitalist country, we do what we do to make money. Yeah, they have subscriptions for her, and dudes are subscribed.
They're subscribing.
It's not you better off throwing your money on an OnlyFans page.
I wouldn't do that either.
I mean, you get more out of it. The content is better.
Yeah.
Like, damn. And
Yes.
again, I only knock this because other people who have no idea what's going on, they think this is legit. And I'm telling you, I know a few people that have told me about all these different people. Like if I never heard these people before, I don't know how many hours of YouTube I log daily, but it's definitely more than one. And these people say, "Hey, you ever see this guy?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, no! Why would I watch that?" And
Yeah.
there's certain people that are out there that people who don't know, as I'll say it again, people don't know, they think this is legit. And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because they think that if they watch this guy or they do this, that they're good. And they don't
Right.
need to go to training. They don't need
Right.
to find somebody who's capable of showing them the next level.
Right. Yeah, which is true. Which is true. And I have to say, I'm still probably the only one in this state that teaches what I teach. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I haven't seen nobody else teach it or attempt to teach it, but it's dangerous stuff if you don't know what you're doing. And but if you guys want to learn something that's wild, come on out. We'll teach it to you. Then you can go back and you got the you'll have the proper instruction of it. But I guarantee you'll see something you've never seen before. Let's see. It's going to send you a video after this. Wait until you see it. Okay. I hope it ain't Yoki.
Man.
Might as well get, what is it, OnlyFans, fans only? Whatever the hell it is. I don't know.
They know what you mean with no matter what
Yeah.
way you say it.
But
Everybody
it's
understands that.
it's real bad. It's because it's like they take those worst videos and they push them up.
Mhm.
So they're seen. Then when somebody gets some like the guy, the special forces dude, OSS,
Right.
he put up some stuff, some good actual practical training stuff on Instagram,
Mhm.
and they flagged it
Yep.
and made him take it down.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They flagged it. And this was good instructional training stuff.
Mhm.
And he was like, what the hell's going on? Then you got these other fools that's going out here and that's putting up some crap. Their stuff stays up.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like it's done on purpose.
It's done on purpose.
Yep.
It's done on
that
purpose.
goes back to the same thing that we were just discussing originally. Is when you talk about gun violence and you're talking about legal, honest citizens versus somebody else. That's what we're dealing with because we're all lumped in together. Anybody that uses a gun, for the most part, is the same in other people's eyes. When you have citizens that don't have a clue about firearms, yeah, you have citizens that don't have a clue about firearms. Anybody with a gun is a bad guy. So you got a guy that's open carrying in the grocery store. They're afraid of him because they think that he's got a gun. Whoa,
Right.
he's a legal citizen.
Yeah.
He's not doing anything. He's shopping.
Right. Yeah,
But
they're more
look, he's
afraid
got
of
a
that
gun
guy
on.
than they are the person who's walking around with the hoodie on in
Right.
90-degree weather.
Right, who's watching them, waiting
Right.
for them to make a mistake so they get bust
Right.
them upside the head.
Don't worry, DV Films. We are never going to quit.
Nah,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying?
We'll find another way. We're like water.
Yeah.
We'll seek another way, bro.
Long dread. What's that?
I gotta say though, I've never focused on a gun in Yoki's videos when she try to cook. Cheap thrills when I can get them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the cooking ones. I seen her gut some hogs a couple
No,
times.
she
That's
killed.
about it.
She killed one. I mean,
I seen that.
It was she took a knife and stuck it. The dude showed her where to stuck it, and she rode that knife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she felt every breath of that thing.
I mean,
die.
it was damn near a short sword, but you know.
No, it was a K-bar. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
I
the
didn't see
thing-
that. The one I saw, she had about this long. It was
Okay.
about that wide.
Was a pig sitting on the ground?
It was in a bush.
Yeah, in the bush. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, and she went and stabbed it, but she hit it wrong. So she had it maneuver the knife in and hit the pig's heart or his lungs
Right.
in order to kill him. Yeah. Yeah, she sneezed, man. She don't understand the concept of this microphone picks up everything in this house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Long dread. Serious fellas. Unfortunately, sex and
gets attention
stupidity-
and quality. Yep. Material never gets the right attention. We agree.
No.
We understand that. We do. And I want to tell you this: there are people out there, not abundant, but there are people out there that look for quality material, quality content. That's when the trainers have to be on point. But I will tell you, the sensationalized buffoonery goes first. And that's when people literally, they follow that. They literally follow it. I mean, I watched a video a couple times where they actually did the full 2-hour training that this guy did. And it was terrible from the start to finish. And people paid to be there. And there's not much you can do.
Yeah. Don't even know Yoki is. It's pronounced as Yoki, yucky.
Yeah, pretty much about the same. You go see
Yeah,
it. You'll
celeb.
see. She's not bad. I don't think she's bad looking, but she's like.
And she's
gotta be about 40,
the female
50 years
version of the Black Rambo. And the reason
No,
being
she's not
because
that bad. Black Rambo.
no, I'm just saying she don't have gold teeth.
She-
But
she- and you can
but-
understand most of what she says.
she understands most of what she says, but there is a gun shop that's supporting her, that's doing all this, that's giving her the guns to go out and shoot, and saying where to go buy them at, you know. So that's the same thing. Black Rambo, he's doing the same thing. He's bringing out all these high-powered guns, and guarantee you, he's probably telling these people, "Hey, you can go to this shop and you can get anything you want, have it transferred, and all this other good stuff." So. Only person that probably can confirm that is P3. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, what are you reading, man?
No, I was just going to look up, but I didn't want that in my algorithm. I use YouTube on a regular basis. I don't want Yoki popping up in my.
Oh yeah, then it's gonna pop up. Then it's
So
gonna be.
I was using a different browser. Bro, I'm telling you, sometimes I research stuff and I'm looking up, and then it just like I gotta change the algorithm again in order to get rid of it because it's just
So-
get bombarded with it.
So what's the solution? The
The
solution,
solution
is
has to be that we reach out and we
just talk to
honestly
people.
make
Talk to people.
crossroads with people on similarities as opposed to always looking for the opposite and the differences. The
Right.
differences are just sometimes natural. It's just going to
Mm-hmm.
be there. But we have so many similarities. We're pretty much all in the same boat at this point. And if
Mm-hmm.
we continue to alienate people, we're not gonna make any progress, and we'll wind up losing before we win.
Right. And you're gonna know right away once you start talking to that person where they stand.
Yep.
You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and
So,
just like you said, and as much as they complain about TikTok being dumb and dumbing down America, they all are. They
hmm
all are.
right.
Facebook's, Instagram, whatever that other one is, that's similar to TikTok that just has the short videos on it. All that stuff is stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and
So,
mind you, you can find good things in there. There's a lot of history pieces in there. There's a lot of credible people who are citizen new reporters. Great stuff in there,
hmm
but you gotta sift through it in order to find the good stuff.
right. Yeah, you do. Yeah, stop liking them chicks' pages too. Stop simping. You know what I'm saying? Liking them girls' pages and stuff. Put them booties all up on the thing. Tired of looking at them booties.
Oh damn! Is it? Have we gotten to that point?
What's that?
You tired of looking at women? Is that what you just said?
I'm tired of looking at them on social media because it's getting
Okay,
ridiculous.
be specific, bro. You
On
scared me
social
just now.
media. No, never in I like looking at women. I love women.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Be-
But I'm tired of looking at them on social media because they show no purpose or reference. And if you guys notice, social media was allowing these women to actually get naked on social media. They were actually naked, fully naked. And I post something about some dude getting killed, I get flagged.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's talking about Twitter, Long Dread.
Twitter. Yeah, Twitter.
Twitter is
Yeah,
straight
Twitter.
porn.
I'm talking
It's a
about Twitter.
cesspool.
Yeah, Twitter is disgusting. You know, and they're cleaning it up, but Twitter had full blown porn on there.
Mhm.
You know, and it's just getting ridiculous.
Right.
And he did clean it up, took a lot of the pedophilia stuff off there because they had a whole pedophilia ring on there, and they went nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, DV Films. Yeah, you ain't getting why. What's
If
that?
you're not getting it, why be tempted?
Yeah, why be tempted? Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So, like I said, what's the solution is just talk to the young, old. If they come up and give a wall, don't even try to convince them. Just walk away.
You
know what I'm saying?
You gotta.
'Cause you know,
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, you start that. You definitely have to start from there. If it's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's, I'm reading Long Dread's.
oh, what are you wait? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. He was like,
Still wait.
what? Yeah,
Go
no,
to Twitter,
man.
man, and
No.
do your research on Twitter. You'll
Yeah,
see.
you go to Twitter, man. You're gonna see some.
You
You're gonna
can-
see some wild stuff.
It is
Wow.
hardcore, bro. It is not
Yep.
even soft porn. It is really
Right now,
porn.
they're starting to cover up a lot of the stuff, but
Mhm.
if you take the cover off, you can still see it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not completely
crazy.
banning, but these women on Twitter, man, they selling themselves. There's full
Mhm.
prostitution on those sites. Full. You know, they're saying, hey, you want to, I'll be here in this state.
right.
I'll be here, and they put their phone number
And
up, say
taking
contact me when you get
appointments.
there. Yeah, they're taking appointments.
So you imagine
and-
what your
and-
appointment time is.
And what's that? Deposits. They taking deposits. So you have your time with them when they get where they're going.
You can lock it in.
Yeah, prostitution is legal on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
crazy, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but
You
we
know.
got to make roads and just remember that all violence is what we're dealing with, not just gun violence. It's
Right.
Not just gun violence. Every time you hear that word, gun violence, what does that mean? It's all violence. We should be trying to stem the tide of violence as opposed to we're going to make a concerted effort just for gun violence. So somebody with a knife, somebody with a sword, somebody running people over with a car, or anything else out there, that's okay.
Mm-hmm. He said there's a celeb.
Yeah, I knew you posted
says
that
it's
part.
stealth
There's a
mode.
Stealth mode to look for videos without affecting your algorithm. Thanks, bro. I have to look that up.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually doing. I was going to do it on Chrome and flip it into the stealth mode so that I can go to what's the name and look up Yoki.
Yeah, don't even look down.
That changed
But everybody carry carry your guns, especially in this state of Georgia. Carry a gun. Do not go outside to even get your mail without having a gun on you.
Some of them are 5 minutes. I just know from my research.
What's that?
Yeah,
How long is the video going to be?
Going to be on
Got to
Twitter.
go on Twitter.
Gotta
Oh,
go
get out of here, man! I just realized. What the hell? I kid. I just got what he was talking about. He's going on Twitter to see some action.
That's a good one, man. You gotta do his research, man. You gotta do his research.
Oh my God! That, like I said, they done kind of cleaned it up from what it used to be. It's not as bad now, but it was.
But you can still find it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even go on Twitter for a while. It was just so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now it's gotten a little bit better. And yeah, carry a gun every day. Yep. Get yourself get out to the range and do some shooting. And order ammunition, buy your firearms.
Prices
because
I saw
the prices are coming
down
down
today. It made me a little happy. I'm waiting for 15 cents.
Right.
I probably won't see that ever, but I'm still
waiting. And before things get worse, because they're coming. If you think they're not, because we have an election cycle getting ready to happen here, and they're going to burn this country to the ground to stop Trump from being president. That's what's going to happen. So get ready and be prepared, because it's getting ready to happen. We're getting ready to have another summer of love is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to have something similar to this.
Candidates for the Republicans at this point. I guess that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, they all canceling themselves out. Yeah. Because I've been stopped liking the Instagram hoes pages because it gets gassed up. It gets gassed them up and line their pockets, which is true. Yep. I don't like them. I don't do nothing to them. I don't even share them. And I know somebody else on this platform do. I know the reason. got herself dancing.
You see me, WK. Ain't no damn weed.
Got himself dancing.
Wait till you see the next one.
Okay, what kind of weed is printed on this shirt? Or is that a collar? It's
so I have a vacation coming up, and I'm getting ready for the vacation.
Collard greens. Oh,
that's
my
a good
God.
one though. But
when I first saw him with this shirt on, I thought he was wearing LBE or some tack gear. I was like, why is this dude wearing tack gear? You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting festive for the holidays.
Until I looked and I was like, oh, those are leaves. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. They're oak clusters.
Yeah. But yeah, just do what you guys can do. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out there coming a couple months. Be ready to play. Al be sharing some crazy stuff. Yep.
Yeah. You ready? Better believe it. Got to think outside the box, Ricky Rick.
All right. If you guys got any last questions, hurry up and answer them. Or say something. We're going to close this baby out.
Yeah, man.
And
thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for your support. Thanks for liking the show. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for the collard green camo. Here you go. That's fine. Put that on there. Damn. and WK, he cooks collard greens without salt.
That's right. That's right.
So they taste bitter. You know. Next week in the next couple of weeks he's gonna be wearing a chitlin shirt.
Never that, bro. I don't think I've ever even tasted those.
Full effect. You know, well, I know you probably like jerk chicken or something like that. So you'll have a jerk chicken shirt. Yeah.
That's right. I like that collard green camo. I'm gonna use that one.
And I don't know, man. This is a great show. Really appreciate it. And if you guys want to come on the show, let us know. And we'll get you guys over here live and let you guys talk. We're gonna be bringing some more guests on the show. And like I said, this show is for you guys. You know, get the word out, get your friends, got to talk. Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to take a stand and support this country, support the Second Amendment, support the Constitution. And if we can't do that right now, there's no reason to live in my point of view. So this is what I do, and this is what we do. And we try to share some of this message around to everybody. And thank you, Al. Yep. And let you guys hear and see what we see. If you disagree, you disagree. If you agree, that's more than welcome to do that too.
Yep, we agree and disagree, and you can just let us know.
Yeah.
Same thing we were talking about. Just express yourself.
Right.
Definitely appreciate you guys, and like us and subscribe and do all that stuff. Share it. Pass us on to somebody else. We're building up. We're getting a little bit of momentum, and we're trying to keep it going.
Yep. All right. We'll see you guys in the range.
All right, guys.
All right. Hit thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up button. There you go. Thank you. What was the other one?
Oh,
facts.
The bathroom, the mailbox, and the garage.
Good.
Garbage.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Carry every day, man. All day.
Yep.
All right. See you guys in the range.
See you on the range.